You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dennis Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth Beans. Joining him on the show, Pat Crew tonight. Shelton, Spike, FIFO, Nick, Doc. What up, y'all?
What up? Doc, you gonna be on camera the whole time?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I might go off because I'm still waiting for it. I'm doing some audio stuff. I'm just waiting for it to finish up. So yeah, we good.
Big weekend this past weekend. We had two championship games. I'm sorry, that took place between the Rams and the Seahawks. We also had the Broncos and the Patriots, and we have some winners between the two. So we have the Super Bowl teams announced. But of course, before we get into all that, we're going to talk about some basketball, man. You guys see it. We're going to talk about LeBron and the report that came out. So we're definitely going to get into that before we get into the football talk, because that was some pretty big news. But before we do that, we always start with our performance of the week.
Let's go. Hey, look, I'm going to be brief because I know we're going to talk about the game and the recap. But you got to give credit where credit is due. Everybody on this panel here, obviously Jalen didn't have a graphic. I don't know who you picked pre-game, but we all picked the damn LA Rams. And typically when that happens, it goes the other way, and it went the other way. This is exactly what you pay a franchise quarterback to do. I'm not saying Sam Darnold is the greatest. I'm not even calling him a franchise quarterback, but what I'm saying, the performance, that's the type of title that type of quarterback does in this type of game. 300 and almost 50 yards passing, no turnovers from a guy that can be a turnover machine. He had his team in position to win, and Sam Darnold looked like a franchise quarterback. So shout out to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks making it to the Super Bowl.
we all just like that's the reaction from Sam. That's the reaction from Sam fucking Darnold. Like that's what you're gonna get nationally from that. Like,
it is crazy though that you take Geno out. Geno went to the Raiders and they got the number one pick, and you bring in Sam Darnold and you make it to a Super Bowl. So that's kind of telling on Geno and Sam Darnold.
And the other person too, DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
everybody talk about trading a number one wide receiver, and JSN said, "Hey, bro, we don't need that other guy."
Absolutely.
I look at it more as a dead clock, right? Twice a day. You know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold was bound to have a really good game with all that talent that's on the Seattle team. But shout out to him to have that game at that moment, because he ain't had to do shit last game. But to me, it was also, I mean, we'll get into it, but I mean, it's good for him to get this redemption story. I'm not gonna hate on that, but it's also, I'm not trying to be like how the media all week so far, the media like, oh, his doubters are silenced. He's now, you know what I'm saying, he's getting his time.
He had a good game.
He's proven that he was whatever the fuck. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it's a redemption story yet. He still got to win the Super. He ain't got to win. He got to play good. If he goes to the Super Bowl and look like the Sam Darnold that we seen in Minnesota
in the playoffs
if he
last
goes
year
to the Super Bowl and does that, like we gonna say, still ain't there yet. Like we still gonna do that. So he got to at least play well in one more game. He ain't got to win, but he got to look like competent in the Super Bowl.
Well, I think it says a lot. I don't even think he has to win or even look competent. I think it means more about like him being the first of his draft class to go to a Super Bowl is crazy.
That's insane.
So I think he's already accomplished. He's proven that he's not a shitball quarterback like everybody thought he was when he left New York.
Or how you still think he is. You still think he's a shitball quarterback, don't you?
No, I don't think he's changed. Again, to me, he has to win the Super Bowl for me to change my mind on him.
And I don't think
until then, I'm not gonna change my mind on.
So hold on. So your mind hasn't changed at all. Because I went from I thought Sam Darnold was like complete trash, like he should be out the league, to he could play in the league. Like I think he's a starting quarterback. You're like my mind has shifted to that, and I'm giving them props. You know what I'm saying? Because they're starting quarterbacks that have had turnover issues. Now I think like he's working on again ascending even beyond being just a quote unquote starter.
But my thing is context matters though. Like he's then they're 7-8 years in the league, and he's surrounded by like a great group of talent. Like in back
defensively
to that
though,
no, in back to
offensive.
Offensively, you just talked about JSN, who was
they got
first
a
round
wide
pick.
receiver. Yes, they got a wide receiver.
What is it?
And they got
KG3.
Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
Cooper Kupp.
K9.
Too.
And
Cooper Kupp is on the down. Yeah, he's on the down.
He's got a
that's a good number 2 to have though. You can't just say,
he's got a great O line. He's got a great O line.
Wait, hold on, real quick, Nick. He does have a stacked defense. The Rams upgraded their second wide receiver to Devontae Adams. He's not on Devontae's level, because if he was, he still would be with the Rams. So he has tiered down significantly. Now, I'm not calling Cooper Kupp trash. He's definitely a number 2 or number 3 receiver, but I don't think he makes that like. Will he make a clutch catch here and there? Of course, but he's not gonna 10 catches, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's not him no more.
I'm just saying.
Speaking of clutch, let's talk about the Lakers, man, and LeBron. So before we get into our recap of the NFL Conference Championship weekend, there has been a lot of talk around the NBA about the relationship between the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. Just last week, an ESPN article by Baxter Holmes detailed years of infighting within the Buss family that led to the sale of the Lakers, and also revealed that Jeannie Buss attempted to trade LeBron James to the LA Clippers in 2022. What are y'all thoughts on the Lakers overall this season and moving forward? And should LeBron move on from the Lakers as soon as possible?
I'll go first. I think if it wasn't for LeBron, the Lakers would still be in shambles. The Lakers would probably be more like the Pelicans than what they are now. Even though I've always, side-eyed that bubble ring they got. He did bring them a championship. That's the only championship they had in the last, 10 years, I want to say.
Longer than that.
Maybe longer than that. And he's brought them back to relevancy. Of course, this also helped his profile too, because it's LA and he had a bunch of movie shit, and he was able to get his son drafted to the team, which we found out in the article was based just to make him happy, and it wasn't based on merit. So Bronny, that's even a bad look for Bronny, knowing that.
We knew that anyway.
It's a fact that he was brought there just to appease LeBron, but I don't know. I think this is going to be a weird divorce where they, like usually LeBron outstays his welcome, but people still deal with him because of how talented he is. But they literally brought in Luka to replace him, and they're slowly but surely easing him out. And now you're seeing LeBron's PR team, like Rich Paul, and them trying to, chirping a little bit, trying to make sure that their side of the story is told. So I think this is the first time that LeBron is actually going to be exit out without it being based off of, him leading the charge, more so them saying like, all right, we're done with you. You're not even that good no more, and we could do better without you.
Yeah, shoot, Nick, we all knew why Bronny's there. That wasn't a question. I didn't need no reports or nothing to tell me why Bronny was there. But at the same time, Luka was brought in to be the heir apparent to the throne, and that time is now more so than later. LeBron stayed maybe a year or two too long. I would say at least a year too long. But he definitely should move on. The Clippers would have been a nice landing spot for him. He should have taken it, just moved locker rooms. That would have been the easiest thing to do. And it would have been a lot less pressure than being in LA. You did bring them a championship, even though y'all know how I feel about the bubble championship, but you did bring a championship to the city. So you did your part there, but it's definitely time to move on. I don't know how much longer he's trying to play, but if you still want to continue to play, it should be elsewhere regardless. That relationship is too damaged to repair. The team is, I think they're in like 5th place now, but it's not. He doesn't add to the pie to make it what it is. He's like the 3rd leading scorer, and it's weird to see a game where LeBron James is not the focal point as it is right now for them. But that's where we are. So it's probably better that he move on now to try to keep his reputation intact, I believe.
I think it's more weird, Shelton, that, at year 23, that the expectation to a degree is that the offense is ran through him, or he's still the number one option. Year 23, playing not only the most playoff minutes, but the most minutes in NBA history. And that's not even taking into account all of the USA basketball stuff. In terms of the Lakers in their season, LeBron isn't the true issue with the Lakers not being good enough to technically win a championship. One of the main issues is Luka's defense, right? Like we talked about skinny Luka and being able to have more stamina to give more effort on that side of the ball. Not saying that he is supposed to be a defensive stalwart at all, but he's still playing a lot of Ole defense. And you look at the rest of that team, they're not built to contend with the athleticism that the NBA has right now. And then if you pair that with athleticism with some type of championship medal or experience, then the Lakers are done for. And I think that that's the biggest issue with the Lakers. Has he worn out his welcome? Well, this is the longest stint that LeBron has had with any franchise, including both of those with Cleveland. So when you look at what LeBron has meant to the Lakers, I agree with Nick and Spike to a degree where he's brought the Lakers to relevancy and he gave them a path to being relevant again versus just being a chaotic mess. And obviously, with this report, we're seeing that internally they still were a chaotic mess. And I think LeBron has been he's always been the glue, regardless of wherever he's been, whatever chaos and noise is on the outside, you know that you are going to be a perennial contender with a prime LeBron. This LeBron, that's not so much. In terms of, I also wanted to address some of the things that y'all said in terms of, drafting Bronny. So Goran Dragic in the Suns, they didn't draft his brother to keep him happy. Thanasis is still on a roster spot in Milwaukee. Let's not make it like this is a one-off. It is different because this is his son, and we've never had an NBA player be in the league long enough to see his son come in, right? But we've seen the Griffeys do it in baseball. So again, it's not like we haven't seen it. LeBron gets a lot of flack for a lot of things, right? And part of this report was that he didn't get, or he distanced himself from that Russell Westbrook move because he championed it, right? And when it was a debacle, he was like, hey, that's not on me. So, I'm not saying that LeBron is not culpable here, but if we're talking basketball, this is just no longer a fit for them to be a true competitive team. They do need to look at options, either moving LeBron this season or in the off season, right? Like he's going to become a free agent. He can sign anywhere. I think he still has value in the league. I do also think that there's a little bit of LeBron fatigue. 23 years in the league, and he's always been a top 10 player. There is some fatigue there. But at the end of the day, LeBron is going to go out on his own farewell tour. I don't think that'll be this season. But we'll see. I think that he still has good basketball. I think he still has miles left in the tank. But where he goes will say a lot. But I think the marriage is over with the Lakers.
I know a lot of people are talking about it, but how bad the Lakers have been lately. But it seems like everybody just skating over the fact that their number 2 scorer has been out for over a month plus and in and out of the lineup. And so, yeah, Luka was playing better defense at the beginning of the season, but I mean, he didn't have to carry as much of the load on offense and he's not playing with a younger LeBron. I mean, that plays a factor into why the Lakers look the way they look right now. Everybody's acting like that's not an issue because there's nobody else to score on that team. Rui is hit or miss. Ayton ain't giving you shit. People acting like that's not a factor into why the Lakers look the way they look right now. I saw a stat probably like a couple of weeks ago, but basically LeBron and Luka is about 80% of their points or some shit like that. It's ridiculous. They have no other options on that side of the ball with AR out. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win a title or anything like that, but the way people are talking about them just backsliding is kind of annoying when they're not even fully healthy, when they were number 2 in the West when AR was there. As far as the Lakers and the Genie Bus situation, again, like I said, Bron brought them relevancy, and in a way, he gets credit for that, but I can also see a reason why you're being annoyed because he made y'all give up a lot for y'all future for Russell, like for Westbrook. So he deserves a win.
And for AD.
But I'm not mad at AD because you got a chip out of that.
You got a chip. You're right.
You got a chip out of that. And I mean, even a year after that, they were still like number 2 in the West, and then AD got hurt right before the playoffs. And so like the Russ trade is what really set them back. And so Bron got to wear that one out of all of them. That's the one he got to wear. But before that, the Lakers are constantly in the lottery. Them niggas had Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball, and they missed on a lot of those picks too. Nobody talks about what the Lakers were doing. Yeah, they weren't hitting or like developing those picks either because all those picks ended up going elsewhere and being better players elsewhere. So I'm not putting this all on Bron. Bron has his faults in it, especially with the Russ situation. But he ain't got it ain't on him like that.
The only reason it is to me, though, Doc, is because he commanded so much. To whom much is given, much is expected. And when you look at a player of his caliber, you're going to take – that's part of that role. You're going to take the blame for whatever is going right, and you're going to take the credit for when stuff is going right. You're going to take the blame when it's going wrong. LeBron is an easy target. I agree with you. He probably don't deserve a lot of the criticism, but it's going to come. That's just part of it when it's technically really not his fault.
Yeah, because I mean, even when you say that, his number 2 was constantly hurt every fucking year, like every fucking year. So,
right.
I mean, there were probably times they could have got another chip if AD was healthy and played the way AD was supposed to play. But that nigga was always in and out of the lineup. So
I'm looking forward to his future. Does he stay a Laker? Does he retire a Laker?
No.
And if he doesn't, then where does he go?
So like me and my brother, we was talking about this, and I think that the best possible spot, Nick, I know you probably gonna hate this.
Go to State.
Say it.
New York. No. Hold on. No, I said New York. Look, so Golden State,
Brooklyn.
So Golden State, I think they just need to blow it all the way up. Like there's no salvaging what Steph Curry still has left in the tank there, but that's another conversation for another day. I think Cleveland is a nice story. I think he works there, right? I'm just saying I don't think that that's the best spot. I think it's New York because they don't have to give a lot to get him, right? Like, to me, the trade will be centered around Mikal Bridges, right? I got to keep Josh Hart, and I got to keep OG. You know what I'm saying? If you could keep one of them perimeter defender guys, they'll be fine with adding LeBron to that
LeBron's
squad.
Not getting traded. He's not getting traded. This is last year. Like, he gonna walk and go where he want to go. And he's not going to waive no trade in the middle of the season, no trade clause in the middle of the season. So
well, look, here's the thing, right? Like, we've seen crazier things happen. Also, LeBron is one of these people that is very passive aggressive. Like he said, all of his responses, I'm good, whatever. I've shown nothing but the utmost respect and everything. And I do agree. But at the same time, you want to go sit down with Jeannie Buss and them too. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what may be said in that meeting. Like, we don't know if LeBron's like, all right, you know what, fuck y'all and whatever. Like, these are my places that I want to be traded to, make it happen. So we don't know, right? I do think that it would be his smartest decision to just wait in the offseason and do something. But I think from the Lakers' perspective, you have to explore it, because if you're just going to let LeBron walk and not get at least a second round pick in return, was it, yeah, you got a chip out of it, but was the juice at the end worth the squeeze? You know what I'm saying? I think they should try to get something for him. And
they can try, but that don't mean he wants to, especially if y'all talking shit about me right now. If y'all putting everything on me right now, why the hell would I help y'all? Like, what sense does it make? Y'all trying to shift the blame to me? Why would I help y'all get anything when I can just leave at the end of the season and leave y'all high and dry?
Ken, is LeBron washed?
It's almost over, Nick. He can't stay healthy. He don't jump as high, man. I remember when I first saw it, it was the craziest thing. This was a couple of years ago. He was on a fast break and he went to dunk and he had to get a little closer. than he used to. But I don't know if he's washed just yet, but he ain't that guy anymore. He's still going to be very productive. He still is smart enough to score. He'll still have moments, as we saw earlier, where he can go off and help seal a win because he helped. I can't remember the game, but he helped.
He just did in Chicago.
Okay, yeah, and there was one before that where he went off. I think it was right after Manning was talking shit, and then LeBron went off and helped him win a game when he was talking about him. But he's still smart enough, man. He's always been a very cerebral player. He just doesn't have the athleticism that he used to, and he just gets tired a little bit more easier. But in terms of this whole Laker thing that's going on, I think the timing of it is interesting. I've been wondering why leak that information now. What's the reason behind putting that out there? Because they've known this for a while, and that could have been put out at any given moment. So why now when this is LeBron's last year with the Lakers? This is last year of his contract with them?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to sour his name? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to regain some credibility back as being the Lakers and we're bigger than any other player in the league?
I think part of it is so the backlash is reduced when LeBron does decide to leave, right, in the offseason. Well, it just wasn't a good fit anymore, this, that, and the third. So you're putting the stuff out there. So it's not likely for LeBron to come back.
Did anybody read the article though? The article don't really talk about Bron.
It's about Jenny Buss.
It's talking about the Buss family, like how they they infighting and shit over since their dad died. That's why it's like LeBron just a highlight, and it's not. I think Bron probably got like a paragraph and a half. It's just because it's Bron, everybody's going to that. But it was about the Buss family and how they just been bickering ever since their daddy died. So that's why this is even weird too, to be the conversation about Bron. It's like she was just frustrated. That's the way I took it. She was frustrated because this nigga had more power than he was just wielding a whole lot of power at that moment.
Bro, he is on a 2-year, $100 million contract. Like, this nigga get paid a little over $50 million a year, or for this year, and then he's an unrestricted free. Like, that's nuts that he was on it.
Is it though?
That really ain't it. That really is not it, bro.
No, I'm just saying for the 41-year-old NBA
but he's
player,
productive though. Because you look at Kobe in his last years, he was making 40-something, high low 40s. You know what I'm saying?
And he
was nowhere near the production.
I'm not saying he's not worth it. I'm just saying that's crazy that he's getting paid that much money by a team that don't give a fuck about him. At least with Kobe, they cared. That's why they gave him that money.
I mean, you can say that about a lot of players. I mean, shit. A lot of niggas been getting like 40 and teams trying to get rid of them right now, bro. That ain't. These niggas just make a lot of money, bro. That's
basically it. Yeah,
the top. Yeah, that's like
I guess
star level.
The most surprising thing to me is though, seeing LeBron third on the scoring chart for them and not seeing him leading in any categories. Normally he, points, rebounds, assists, he leading all three of those. And on this team, he's not leading in anything. And
I think that's intentional. It is like it's weird, right? It doesn't feel right. We're not used to seeing this. But right. I think it's very intentional, though. I think LeBron is self-aware of where he is in his career, where he is on the team, the strengths of the team, and I think he's willing to be the third option on this team, and he knows that he's good enough to pick and choose the spots, as we've seen. And there have been conversations LeBron has been talking about for years about just kind of playing back more. Yeah. And just kind of, not being so ball dominant. So it looks odd. It looks weird. And it could be a talking point, but he's actually kind of wanted to do something like this anyway. So
he need to go back to Cleveland. He need to go back to Cleveland, win a ring with Donnie Mitch. You want to pass the torch to somebody, pass it to Donnie Mitch, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't win no ring there.
Donnie got his own issue.
Donnie ain't get one himself.
Donnie, he gonna make Donnie the new king of Cleveland. He got a queen and Coco Jones. You know what I'm saying? It's a fairy tale story. Real talk. That's the best place for him to go.
Man, you and this Donovan Mitchell hype train. You be the only one.
Hey, Sheldon, when was the last time you heard of Devin Booker since the last season? I don't know. Is he in the league still?
Hey, Devin Booker been to the finals.
He has been. He got carried.
Donovan can't even get to the conference.
Donovan
can't get to the conference.
I'm glad you said that, Doc, because he got carried there by another old man and Chris Paul, which is LeBron's friend.
Devin Booker got the Suns looking decent right now, my boy. When they should
decent?
They
are better than what everybody thought they would be.
You said decent?
Garbage, bro.
You said decent?
They are decent.
Donovan Mitchell has more pieces than Devin Booker right now. And he was in the West, my nigga.
He was the number one seed. He was the number one seed last year in the East. Y'all would poo-pooed all that. Because they
number one seed.
Because he got just like you talked about LeBron and having injuries last year. Showed. I'm sorry, wasn't half the Cavs squad injured?
Yeah, they were.
Sorry, bro. Was good with what you say? FIFA to start the show was good for the goose, good for the gander. Nigga, fuck out of here. Don't be talking shit if you ain't gonna back it up, nigga.
Mitch ain't it, bro. He just ain't it, dog. Just give it up, bro.
I'm just saying LeBron can end his. He can get, if he gets a second ring in Cleveland. That's where you get into that Mike talk for real.
Bron getting a ring ain't gonna change nobody's mind at this point, bro. It don't matter.
Mike who?
Everybody's mind is everybody's mind is made up, bro.
If he went 2 chips for Cleveland to end as a 40-plus-year-old, that's
nothing
5
changes.
rings. You have 5 rings.
He's still just gonna be LeBron. Like it ain't gonna be never. Yeah. It's over.
The arguments are the arguments, bro. Like Jordan is still 6-0. Bron still don't have more than 6-0, but he got all of the accolades. So wherever you stand in that argument is where you stand. Unless LeBron literally wins 5 in a row, which is not gonna happen, it don't change.
Listen, if he give Donnie Mitchell a ring, he better than Mike. So,
and he got to carry. Donnie. He got to carry D-Mitch, right? He got to carry
Michael Cooper.
That's not gonna happen. I would.
He better than Mike.
You got a cup over there, Nick? You got a cup over there?
I told you it's dry January. It's
You're throwing out a lot of ifs.
Nick just trying to lobby to keep him out of New York. That's all that is.
I don't need no parts of Broad in New York, bro.
Yeah, because y'all got your own shit.
We trying to move out Cat. Like, as quiet as his cat.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's quiet.
That's what streets would tell us.
That nigga walking to the bodega and they asking him how long he gonna be in New York. It ain't quiet at all.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You know what? The biggest thing for me, I'm just wondering, when will LeBron retire? Because I think he's definitely leaving LA. Nick, your situation could make the most sense. Like, where else would you go? You know, but he's definitely more than likely done with the Lakers because, you know, they got the white stripes, bro. Them boys out there cooking with Luka and AR-15. You still don't think he earned his nickname? AR-15?
Man,
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves ain't done shit for nobody.
Oh,
you wildin', man.
Austin Reeves ain't shit.
Austin Reeves is a baller, bro.
You crazy, bro.
Cooper Flag is the only white boy I acknowledge, kid.
Khan playing better than Cooper.
Who?
Khan
Knipple.
Con Knipple is not better. He's having a better seat.
I said he's playing better.
He said he's playing
he's
better.
Gonna win.
Oh, okay. I got you. I'm cool with that statement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that statement.
Yeah, he hooping. He is hooping right now.
I'm just saying, let the Lakers be without LeBron. We gonna see for real. See how good Luka is. That other white boy Reeves. Yeah, like we gonna see how good that Lakers team is once they get rid of him.
I think that's the biggest thing though, right? Like, is where do the Lakers move from here? Obviously, I know that they swung the Luka trade 2 years ago now. LeBron is good, obviously gonna be gone. DeAndre Ayton, yeah, he's decent at best. You know what I'm saying? But like, where do you move forward? Because okay, fine, Luka and AR. All right, cool. You got a 1-2 scoring punch. Who's playing defense? Who's hitting knockdown shots? Who's getting rebounds and block? Like who? Like and I like some of it. Like Jackson Hayes isn't trash, but obviously he hasn't been able to really crack the rotation and become like a stalwart in the NBA. Like this is what I do. Like I'm gonna get 25 minutes a game doing this. Like it's more questions than anything. And I feel like the Lakers have always, for the most part, relied on free agency. And I just don't think that that is a good strategy. Like, yeah, it's the Lakers. Yeah, it's LA. But I don't know what the direction of this team is beyond LeBron years. Like, I just don't.
Wait,
what do you mean? Because they got Luka.
Lakers always do that. Yeah, they got Luka. Wait, somebody else did.
Wait, hold on, FIFO. So you're saying you don't know their direction beyond LeBron with moving forward with Luka and AR.
Yes, yeah, like okay, as the core, like okay, Luka AR is okay, like that's a good 1-2 punch.
But scoring, what's next after that?
How do you complement that? Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. I don't think that free agency is, and they're not drafting. When's the last time? Kobe is the last one that they drafted, developed, and said you're gonna be a guy. So,
they never really did that though.
And no, that's what I'm saying. I think
they'll never do it. I think you build the same way you did, like they did in Dallas. You just put complementary pieces around them. I think it's easier to play with Luka than it is to play with LeBron. I think for a lot of people, I don't think it's the same. I think a lot of people, no, it's not. When you see a lot of the players that go play with LeBron, normally their stats drop and they sit around and watch. It's a little more different for them. They seem a little tighter when they play with LeBron. Like they're not doing the thing. We saw Gabe. Yeah, that pressure is higher. We saw Gabe Vincent in Miami. Gabe Vincent in Miami would catch fire out of nowhere, and he was hitting everything he shot up at times. He goes to the Lakers, and he's a shell of himself. He couldn't do it anymore. You know, a lot of those guys have that same type story when you look at it. No, it's not necessarily LeBron's fault. It's just playing with a player like LeBron is it changes your outset and your outlook and your thought process.
You know what's
easier without him on the floor.
I don't disagree because you know what? There's not a lot of dogs in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those, a lot of people, they're just there for the paycheck, and the paycheck is amazing. And if you get an opportunity to make one of them paychecks, you go ahead and do it. But I think that shows the mentality of a lot of these players that, like if LeBron is on this team, like we are to win. I'm expected. If I get 6 opportunities, I'm making 2 or 3 of these opportunities. Like I need to be on my rotation. And a lot of players, they're not championship level players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Gabe Vincent directly is not. What I'm saying is there's been a plethora of those guys, Schultz, and I don't disagree with that statement. There have been a lot of guys that we've seen elsewhere. They get with Braun, and then all of a sudden it's like, damn, bro, you was a 20-point scorer. You getting 12. Like what's happening? Mm-hmm. So I don't disagree with that.
So, Jalen, you're saying it's pressure, which, okay, I get that because there to your point and what FIFA was saying, there's pressure to win with LeBron. Like we're winning titles. Are y'all saying there's no pressure to win titles with Luka?
Nope.
Luka doesn't have that same type of pressure. We just gonna go out here and play.
No. There's never been a player like LeBron to have that type of pressure, bro.
Yeah,
like there's never been that.
Yeah, it's like playing with Mike.
Yeah, it's like because LeBron is trying to solidify himself in like the GOAT conversation, so it's a totally different type of pressure. And you looking up to this nigga 9 times out of 10. A lot of niggas who playing with, they looking up to Bron.
Yeah,
so
they watch him as
that's
a
whole nother thing.
And I'm hooping with you. Yeah. And Shelton, I think the Michael Jordan comparison in terms of the pressure is a little different. Like, because the pressure cooker wasn't turned on. It wasn't even plugged in when Mike first got into the league. That bitch was hot as hell, bro, when LeBron stepped foot against the Sacramento Kings in that second game. Like, it was 100% pressure from day one. Jordan created the pressure. Like, oh, well, damn, what are we watching? Like, is this like the next best? So the pressure got hotter every season. With LeBron, it was already hot.
Right. Damn, they saying Luka ain't really shit. They don't really care about Luka like that,
Listen,
bro. They don't even look up to Luka, bro. They look up to LeBron. They don't even look up to Luka.
Listen,
Right.
we ain't never see LeBron get traded.
Right. I mean, they know Luka can hoop. It's just still a different mindset. It's just different. And I'm not saying that LeBron doesn't make people better. He should. It's just a matter of them being able to step up and execute. And it's very difficult to do when you have that type of pressure. People take that for granted. It ain't always about talent. Everybody looks at talent. It's the same thing in football. It is so much about pressure and how you deal with situations, adversity. Some of these players cannot do it. They just can't. They're not built like that. So in saying that, sometimes that opportunity passes you by in a situation where it looks bad, and who the blame going to go to? It's going to go to Bron. That's just how it works.
Mm. All right. Well, anyway, moving on, man. Let's get back to the NFL. We witnessed two interesting back and forth games on Sunday, with the first being the AFC Championship game between the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos at Mile High. The Patriots came away with a 10-7 win in snowy conditions. Should people start giving the Patriots more respect after going from worst to first in the AFC?
Hell no. They don't deserve any more respect. Like, if you look at the teams that they played this year, you look at how Drake May's been performing throughout the playoffs. The only thing that you can kind of hang your hat on is that defense and good coaching. And while that is what made the Patriots over the 2000s, I don't think it deserves more respect. I think what we should be you have a higher level of expectation for them now. Like, next season, Drake may need to go out and be good since he had a Super Bowl run. Next season, you would expect them to be more dominant against good teams. Like, this whole season was a cupcake walk. And I know you just beat the teams you put in front of you. I don't blame them for that, but I don't think they deserve any more respect either. Like, they are what they are.
How much do you respect them?
Mildly. Because I know they don't have a quarterback.
Like Mile High, never mind.
So you don't believe in Drake May at all?
No, if you remember when they were coming out, I would like Drake May the best out of that class. I just don't think he's there yet. He ain't made it yet. Like, they can't crown him. Like, he hasn't played well enough in the playoffs. He had a decent regular season, but I'm not scared of Drake May if I'm a defensive coordinator. If I'm Seattle going into this game, I'm licking my chops. I think Drake May gonna give me this game.
I don't disagree where, like, I don't think Drake May puts the fear of anything in any, like, good to elite level defense, like the bottom being a good defense. Like, they're not scared of Drake May. I 100% agree there. But I think we do have to give credit for being the youngest player in NFL history to have the highest completion percentage and to lead the league in completion percentage. And that is a thing, regardless of this, that, and the third. Like, being able to dissect and read and get the ball where it needs to go remind you of somebody else that played the position there as well. And I agree, at this level, Drake May doesn't scare you, but I do think that we got to give the Patriots credit for what they have been able to do. They beat who was in front of them. Regardless if you think that the schedule is super weak, this, that, and the third, they playing in the Super Bowl, bro. And you also said another key factor, Mike Vrabel is one of the better coaches in the NFL. And I think this is going to be a runway for him to cement himself as one of the top 3, top 5, if he continues to progress Drake May, if they continue to get weapons, he continues to play at a high level, they continue to do all of these things while he's still on a rookie contract. You have to give the Patriots credit, bro. Like, whether you like it or not, the Patriots deserve people to respect them as the AFC champions.
They get credit for the season they do. If you're thinking longevity, I really think that they're gonna take a step back next year. I think the schedule is gonna get a little more difficult. You won't see as much of layups as they had this year. They had a ton of layups. We saw the quarterback lineup that they faced in that one video. If you watch that video, they had some cupcakes throughout this whole season. I'm talking about even up until last week. And you had some horrible quarterback performances along the way as well. You know, we saw it with CJ. If CJ had done this much, they wouldn't have even made it past that round. So in saying that, I think that they do deserve the credit because you got to win the games. Regardless, win is a win. I don't care if it's 10-7. I don't care if it's 3-0. A win is a win. So you deserve the respect, especially in the fact that you make it into the Super Bowl. That's hard to do. I don't care how easy your schedule is. It's still the NFL. But at the same time, I think that they will regress next year. But we ain't on next year. We on this year. And this year, they have a real shot to win this game.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My problem with this conversation about easy schedule is like just about every Super Bowl, there's at least one Super Bowl team that always has one of the easiest schedules in the league for the last 5 years. The Eagles had one of the easiest schedules last year when they won the Super Bowl, and niggas weren't talking about it. Like,
I don't know about that, bro.
Not based off of like easy schedule, based off percentage wise. It hasn't been like this in a while, like a long time.
But see, even with
I'm just saying when we're talking about easy schedule, we're talking about this is like legit, like a historic easy schedule. It's not like, oh, this is just the easiest schedule of the year.
But then y'all doing what these analytic niggas do too, and it's just like, all right, cool. But these teams there's a difference from a percentage on how, like, if the team can't execute and get a win, and how sorry a fucking team is. Those are two different things.
I don't disagree with y'all point about the schedule. The schedule's the schedule. You play who's in front of you. But all of us that watch football, we're looking at this, and they just haven't been impressive at all. Like to the Vrabel point, that FIFO said, Mike Vrabel, I would say I'm the most impressed by, because you win the games you're supposed to win. They supposed to win all them games, and now they at the Super Bowl. I'm not impressed by the completion percentage of Drake May or any of those things, because to me, that just sounds like you don't take chances. You haven't gotten to a point where you scare me. You're throwing check downs, you're throwing underneath, you're doing stuff that you know will work. It's essentially like somebody just told you, don't go out here and lose this game for us. And he didn't. And that's fine. But that don't scare me. Nor does that make me respect you.
But isn't that what made Tom Brady great, especially before like the Randy Mosses and a lot of those guys when he was a check down Charlie, he managed the game. He was extremely clutch. Like when you the game could be 3-7, and then all of a sudden he'll get you the field goal or the touchdown when you needed it most. But he wasn't, before Randy Moss, bro. He wasn't throwing bombs. He wasn't again, being a Dolphin fan, bro. Like the Patriots, I don't like them guys, but like Tom Brady prior to Randy Moss, like you wasn't scared, like, oh, he's about to just dice us up, like, throwing bombs and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So to me, like, we gave Tom Brady praise for that, for being the ultimate game manager.
We gave Belichick and the defense praise for that, as I would this team. We weren't scared of Tom Brady, to your point, until Moss got there and he threw 50 touchdowns in the season. No one was scared of Tom Brady really until then. And then he went 10 years without winning the Super Bowl during that phrase right there. So you do what you have to do to win the game and get to the Super Bowl. I praise Drake May for that. I'm not going to give them too much flack about the schedule, but to the point of the question, I'm just not, this team, nothing about this team scares me other than they got a great coach and a great defense.
I would say for me, I'll be impressed with Drake May if they win the Super Bowl. If he can go out and just get it done, then I'm like, okay, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that won it outside. I think the last quarterback to win it his second year was Brady or some shit like that in 2001.
No, Big Ben, which is a similar team to the Patriots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Big Ben wasn't Big Ben. He was just a game manager, and they won.
So he'll be on a short list of that, but that still be impressive. But if he goes out and gets blown out, then that just goes to the argument that, y'all finally faced a team that has it on both sides of the ball. Because I'll give them credit, May has not fucked it up to where going against these great defenses in the AFC, he hasn't caused them to lose these games. But like Lou and others said, like, it's not impressive what he's done. I mean, the Texans game is what everybody's going to say, like, oh, he threw 3 touchdowns on them. But I'm like, bruh, if you look on that offensive side of the ball on the Texans side, like, there's nothing there. And then you face Jarrett Stidham in the AFC Championship game. this just makes me upset about the other quarterbacks like Lamar, Josh Allen, Burrow. I'm like, nigga, y'all could have been here easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all fucked up for real if y'all let this young ass kid get all the way to the Super Bowl doing the barest of minimum. But for me, he just has to go out and seal the deal. If he beats Seattle, if he outduels Sam Darnold and wins on the highest level in this sport, then yeah, I'm impressed by that. But until then, I'm just like, okay, he had a good season.
Yeah, I guess that's my point. Is that it's just a decent season. The schedule issues, people bringing up the easiest schedule, just is bullshit to me. Honestly,
And
again, like I said,
you can't say that though, Doc. When they had, you think about every shit. How many teams had winning records on the schedule? Like that's, you can't overlook that. That's something that you have to look at, and not just the fact that the records. You look at the quarterbacks. All these are backup quarterbacks. Look at the quarterback list. Just look at the quarterback list of the ones they face. But I'm not even going to even that's not the main point. The main point for me is the fact that he has played pretty bad football. It's not been that great. You know, he's been turning the ball. If he wasn't turning the ball over, I don't care. You ain't. I'm not looking at stats and all that stuff. I'm just talking about him turning the football over. That's the biggest thing. He was saved. He had, I forgot how many fumbles he had in that last game, but it was
he didn't have any turnovers in the championship game, but he had 4 fumbles in the Texans game, and he had 2 fumbles. Yeah, and he had 2 fumbles in the Chargers game. That Seattle defense, I mean, Mike McDonald's going to be licking his chops to, be like, all right, we're just going to put pressure on this kid and see what he do, especially with them corners that he got on the back end. Because the Patriots receivers, the best one is with Diggs, because Booty was booty in the championship game. So I don't know what we're gonna see on like May. If May cut up this defense, I will be impressed, and I'll be like, all right, they deserve to win the championship because he earned it. But yeah, and then the AFC East, bro. Y'all face 2 trash ass teams 4 times a year. I'm sorry, bro. That's what the foundation of Brady's career, Brady's Hall of Fame career, is the fact that he was in the AFC East and he faced garbage after garbage.
Right, and the formula worked, and he got all the damn Super Bowls from it. And here we are again. People think this cycle is going to repeat. It remains to be seen. But we knew the Patriots had pretty much an easy path to the playoffs. And but when you get to the playoffs, you win games when you line up against your other opponent. For a while, people didn't really respect it, and people came to respect it because they started to win. So I think that the Patriots should get more respect just based on the fact that they went from worst to first. Yeah, they had an easy schedule and easy opponents, but they could have easily have lost those games. If anything, I think
they were playing against. Why not? Not only were the teams not as good as them. If you look at their schedule, all the teams that they played, even like they didn't even have good. The Bills fired their coach. The Titans fired their coach. The Browns fired their coach. The Falcons fired their coach. All of these teams, the Giants fired their coach. The Ravens fired their coach. What do you mean? So that's who I'm impressed by when I say I'm impressed by Mike Vrabel. He was coaching against inferior opponents and he won. Drake May, to Sheldon's point, ain't played good. He's been turning the ball.
We're talking about the Patriots. We're not talking about
the Patriots. Exactly.
May. We're talking about the team, the Patriots, as a whole organization. So yes, Spike, you were right. That's exactly where I was going. I think we spent an NFL season we had one conversation about Mike Vrabel, but we talked about Ben Johnson and other coaches. We haven't really talked about Mike Vrabel and what he's done because it's been. We were very dismissive, or I won't say we, because it never even came up. People were very dismissive. I've seen it for the last couple of weeks on Twitter about who they faced and the teams that they beat. So I think when you're talking about the Patriots as a collective, going from worst to first deserves some respect regardless of who's on the other side of the field. Look, we were – I was questioning whether or not Mike Vrabel was that guy. So to be a good coach, to be a team, what do you have to be? You have to be able to beat the opponent next to you, and you have to be able to beat the teams that are worse than you. So next year they'll get a tougher schedule, and we'll see if they can develop and learn from the experience. But to go from worst to first, I think deserve some respect. They're in the fucking Super Bowl, bro.
That's why I said,
and the last point, they face a top-ranked Texans defense that people have been lauding all season.
Ken, they faced a top 5 defense in each one of their games in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're in the Super Bowl. I mean, come on, bro.
So come on, bro.
Drake made stats.
They won, though.
They faced the top 5 defense.
Right. As it should, though, right, Spike? If you're facing the top 10 defense, shouldn't it look ugly, especially when you got a rookie coach and a rookie quarterback or a second-year quarterback? And your receivers aren't that good?
He's not technically.
Right. Yeah, he's not a rookie coach.
But that's why I said what I said about like I said, even the game with CJ. If CJ had done, if they had changed anything in it, well, there ain't no ifs because I don't like playing that game. But I'm just saying they had opportunities to win those games against New England, and they didn't do it. So they definitely deserve the credit, regardless as to what happened. They deserve it.
That's why I said, regardless if they win the Super Bowl or not, this is a good season for the Patriots. This is like same thing with the Bears. I put it the same way. Like, no matter how you look at it, to going from picking number 3 overall just 2 seasons ago to the Super Bowl, it's like, okay, that's a phenomenal growth. But like Lou was saying, like, am I impressed by the run? I've been watching football for too long to say that. Unless the only thing that would impress me is if they win the Super Bowl. If they win the Super Bowl, then you can't say shit. They faced everybody who they were supposed to. They won all the games they did. And Drake May got the job done, or the Patriots got the job done, however you want to classify it. But to me, the biggest challenge in that is this Seattle team and seeing what Drake May and that offense and Vrabel and that defense do against that. That's the biggest test. That's the biggest way for me to give them to change my mind on this whole season.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
So on the flip side, let's talk about the Broncos because they were on the opposite end of this, and they were potential QB injury away from going to the Super Bowl. Was this season a missed opportunity for the Broncos, or will we see more from them at Bo Nix in the near future?
I think when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal the way that they do and the type of defense they got, I think they did miss a window because I think this was a good opportunity for them to win this season. It's unfortunate the Bo Nix injury, but I think they still have a window next season because they still got the best corner in the league. They still got one of the best edge rushers in the league. And then they got a really great supporting cast defensively. And I know at least half of y'all don't like Sean Payton, but Sean Payton is a good coach. You know what I'm saying? So Kyle was in there talking about the play design and this, then the third. Okay, Ken, I don't disagree. He should have taken the points, but nobody saw Blizzard freaking happening. You know what I'm saying? I think that changed the kick game for both teams. It is.
No, it could be a snowstorm on the way, and be ready for it.
But the weatherman didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So he could have looked it up, and they wouldn't have been prepared. But regardless, I don't disagree there with the points. They were being aggressive. He was showing confidence in his quarterback. All that being said, I don't think that they missed the window. I still think that what makes them great is going to be that next season, as long as Bo Nix is healthy. And I think they continue to add on to the offense and little pieces here on defense, the little tweaks that that happen from season to season. I think the Broncos are legit. I think the Broncos, especially with Mahomes' injury in the AFC West, the Raiders are dumpster fire. Who's the other AFC West team?
Chargers.
Like they had hella injuries. The Chargers are really next season the only true competitor to them, and I think the Broncos are better. So all that being said, no, I don't think they missed their window, and I think the Broncos are a really good team.
I mean, it's easy to always think that people are going to come back. But, I mean, niggas thought the Commanders were going to be back in the mix this year because Jaden had a great year. Niggas thought the Lions would be back in the NFC Championship, and when they lost to the 49ers. And, I mean, each one of those divisions got, well, NFC East ain't getting no better. But, I mean, the divisions end up getting better. Like, the North is better now for the Lions, and I think the West is going to be – I know the Chargers are going to be better, and they thinking Mahomes is going to be back by game one. Like, that's the talk right now. He's still going to be back by game one, but at least playing some of the season next year. So that's still going to be a threat within the AFC West. So it ain't no guarantee that they're going to make it back at all. So I feel like it is a missed opportunity. I don't think Bo Nix has really proven that he is that quarterback. Like, he had a great game against Josh Allen, but he had a couple of great quarters all throughout the season. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot more to just prove that he's that. JK will be back next year, so their running attack should be straight. But I don't know, man. I can't even sit here and say for them to be optimistic, because if they don't do it next year, the Chiefs retool, and then that division is just hard to win again.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't disagree, Doc. You know, like, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. What I'm saying is that they have a good chance next season based off of the things that we already know. Mahomes not going to be 100%, right? Like, that's a fact. We know that for a fact. We know the Raiders are dumpster fires.
But even Mahomes at 70% is enough to get up against a divisional rival, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't expect the Chiefs to beat the Chiefs, but to give them enough a big of a threat to where it's like it's not just them steamrolling.
And I don't disagree, right? Like, if I was talking about the Chargers, I would more lean your way. But we're talking about one of the top 5 defenses that isn't old. Like, Hufunga's not old, Surtain's not old, Bonito's not old. None of them dudes is old. So for the most part, they should be relatively intact next season. Obviously, barring injury, we don't know, things that can happen. But if we're saying, and I know we're playing an if game, if that defense takes a half step back with a 70% Mahomes, I'm taking that defense. Is all I'm saying. So that's why I don't think that their window is closed, because you could rely on the defense to get through their division.
I think that you can, but at the same time, we saw it last year. Like you said, we saw it last year with Washington's taking that step back, and we also saw New England take a step from worst to first. So we really can't predict totally next season what's going to happen, but at the same time, you can kind of look at it and say they won't sneak up on anybody. I'll tell you that much. In saying it that way, I think that they'll be competitive because of that defense. And I think, you get back a couple of those pieces on offense, but I still don't know if they can. This was their opportunity. This was their easy window, so to speak. I hate that he went down with that injury because we couldn't see him in that championship game, but this was their year. It's going to be tough to get back to that spot next year.
You know why, Shelton?
Why is that?
I just want to point this out, Nick, because the other team that people were talking about strength of schedule being poor were the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that'll change next year too.
I mean, they got the Bills, Dolphins outside of the division, the Rams, Seahawks, Jaguars, Patriots again, Panthers.
And you look at this past season, the way they won some of these games, winning late like they did in the fourth quarter. We know how that go. That tide turns easy. One year you win all those close games, you come back. Next year it's in the other direction. The pendulum swings. So you can look for that this year. They beat some games. They won some games this year they had no business winning. That Giants game for one, the Eagles game. It was a couple other those games that they had no business winning that they won this past season that they will not win next year.
Nothing made me happier this past weekend than seeing Sean Payton eat his words after saying, like, oh, this team going to have 2 weeks off, boy. Get ready for the Super Bowl. No, they don't, nigga. Because my Doppler radar said that it was going to be some snow. And your goofy ass on 4th and 1 going to throw it with your backup quarterback who has –
I couldn't believe it.
Bruh, that was the dumbest shit I ever seen, and I'm so happy because Sean Payton wanted to win that game for Sean Payton. He could give a fuck about Denver.
Decision, huh?
He could give a fuck about Denver, Ken. He wanted to win that game for Sean Payton. and only throwing up 7 points when he's supposed to be, what you say, FIFO, the genius offensive guru he is. All right. I was smiling
Right.
like the Joker after that game.
Let me ask this. Is Sean Payton better than Kevin Stefanski?
Not in that game. I couldn't tell.
Is Sean Payton better than Kevin Stefanski? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I think it's a wash.
You a fucking
I
liar.
think it's a wash.
You a fucking liar.
Jay, you telling me after that game, you thinking, oh yeah, this coach way better than Stefanski.
Yeah, like with Sean Payton, I mean, I've lived through it. With Sean Payton, his arrogance is his gift and his curse. Like,
Yep.
there's times where he's arrogant and you like, man, that's a fucking ballsy ass play and it fucking worked. And then there's times where he just he's arrogant and think, man, I'm smart enough to get out of this shit. So like, that's just a gift and a curse of him as a coach, bro. I understand.
Would you say that's the same thing with Stefanski?
Hell fucking no.
I thought it was arrogant when he took Shador out for that 2-point conversion.
Nah, that was just a smart. I guess Thomas said that was just smart. Just being a smart.
I'm just saying, I mean, obviously, Sean Payton's a Super Bowl winning coach, so I don't even know why you want to compare him to Kevin Stefanski. If you think
You the one did it, nigga.
That was FIFO. I didn't bring up that
okay,
nigga. All I was saying was that I'm happy that Sean Payton, he talked all that shit and he don't really back it up. He is more Mike McCarthy than fucking Bill Belichick. That's how.
That's a hell of a thing to say, Nick. That's a hell of a thing to say when you got a backup quarterback in the game who couldn't do shit. To say you're gonna have 2 weeks off, bro, that's some arrogant ass shit.
He even doubled down.
That's
He
crazy.
said, I'm not worried about Stidham. I'm worried about the rest of the team. He was talking that shit, and I was.
That's what a good coach supposed to do, though. Like that's
Spike.
I don't know, Lou.
Sean Payton be
He-
over the top. That nigga, he
No,
said
Lou.
Taysom Hill was gonna be the next Steve Young.
y'all
That
wouldn't
nigga be
like
talk-
him
he
if
be
he,
over
y'all
the
wouldn't
top,
like
bro.
him if he went up there and was like, man, oh no, man, we might not
No,
win.
nigga.
I'd
You
rather
gotta
say
say
shit.
shit. Talk.
That's what you
No-
get.
no
when you
bulletin
get a
board
coach
material.
like Sean Payton.
You don't
It's
have to
not
say
bulletin
shit.
board material.
You don't have to say shit, Lou.
Yeah.
Sean
Don't
McVay
put that pressure on your back.
Sean McVay got an MVP on his side, and he don't even come out the game saying shit like that.
Because he's not Sean Payton. That's what I'm like. Sean Payton has
He ain't
like,
Sean Payton. He got a Super Bowl
he-
ring too.
Okay, he has a particular personality. Like they the same coach. Sean Payton just decides to go about it a different way from Sean McVay. And Sean McVay is pretty arrogant as well. Like that's a personality trait for people. And I don't know why y'all knocking him for saying like he's saying what he
Thank
think.
you.
That's
And
a
wait, hold
part
on.
of his
I'm not-
job.
But I also want to address the underlying thing that you said, Nick. You said that what is Sean Payton? Sean Payton is a guy that took over the Broncos 2 seasons and been to the playoffs 2 years in a row with motherfuckers like you doubting him.
I still
Like that's
do.
what he's done.
The
I still
Saints.
do.
Bro, the last 2
Like, what
seasons,
are
the
they doing?
Bengals haven't made the playoff. What is you talking about?
What does that have to do with Sean Payton? That's what I'm asking you. What you can
Sean
already
Payton
come
is
up
a
with-
great
good
coach.
enough to talk. I'm saying he's good enough
Sean
to talk
Payton-
like he talks.
He's a good.
He's
coach.
good enough to talk like he talk. No,
He's a
he's
he's a
top
good
5
coach.
in the league. If
Great.
I was good
Great.
as him at what I did, I'm gonna talk shit too.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
my
he's top
quarterback
5 in
gonna
the
come
league.
out here and
I don't
ball.
know if
He
he's top
is.
5. We're gonna go
Great.
through our
He's
list.
top 5 in the league.
Next
He's
season,
top 5 in the league, Nick.
I don't know if he's
He's
top
top 5 in the league.
I don't know if he's top 5, bro.
I'm
He's
with
top
Nick.
8.
I don't know about that.
He top 8.
It ain't 5 coaches better than Sean Payton.
Shit, there was on Sunday.
If it didn't,
It was at least one. What?
the weather was better than him. The weather was better than him on Sunday.
Hey, that was my thing too. As a head coach, he knows the forecast. That's the whole reason why you have home field advantage, because you want the elements to play a factor. The nigga didn't know the snowstorm was coming.
The
Shit,
weatherman didn't know the snowstorm was coming.
That's
Nigga,
they
what
did.
you
They didn't know how.
talking
They
about?
no, they didn't know how bad the snow was. They knew snow was. They told them like it's gonna be inclement weather by the second half.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't understand the point of
So
it.
take
Like,
the
he
point.
still
That's what I'm
did-
saying. Take what do you mean? Okay, so take the points, nigga, because you
He
know
should,
they
he
ain't
should
gonna
have
get-
taken the points. That was one bad decision, 17. He should have done that right there, but he still kept them in that game. He coached a hell of a game on Sunday.
He didn't keep him in
It was
that
just-
game. That Broncos defense kept him in that
The
game.
defense
Sure did.
and the weather. The weather kept him
Yeah.
in it and kept him out of it.
The weather cost, if anything, the weather more than likely cost them an opportunity to win that game. Because
Kept it as close as it
them
was.
motherfuckers, bro, like it's Ramon Stevenson slipping on the ground. Drake May
Yeah.
decided to just slip with him. Like, what are we doing? Slip and slide?
This is why I say dome
I'm thinking
team.
about it. He's not top 5, Spike.
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's 5 coaches I'm picking over Sean Payton right now. But
Yeah,
this is why I advocate for dome stadiums.
Who are the coaches?
There should be dome stadiums, bro. Fuck these elements and shit. They'll do a goddamn thing for the game.
McVay, Shanahan, Andy Reid,
Vrabel's in there now.
Vrabel. Yeah.
McDonald.
How many Super Bowls?
Why would y'all put Vrabel over him? Because he beat him.
Because of the work he did. I'm going by. I'm looking at work. I'm talking about specifically right now and the work Vrabel did. And even thinking about it, them Tennessee Titan teams were led by fucking Ryan Tannehill.
But they had Derrick Henry and they had AJ Brown.
Again,
and
you always
Brown
talk about a quarterback, nigga. You the
AJ
quarterback,
Brown was
nigga.
definitely a dominant receiver in Tennessee.
You talk
but
about
I like to say
all the time, nigga.
True, but Vrabel ain't. If he win his Super Bowl, maybe he's good as Sean Payton, but he have to win the Super Bowl.
Nick Sirianni.
No,
Sean
it ain't
Payton,
5. Y'all still ain't named 5.
Sean Payton had a top 10 quarterback to get his Super Bowl, bro. Top 10 all time, bro. So yeah,
I'm with you, Nick. Top 8. Then I changed my top 8. You're right.
And Jay will tell you he didn't even make the playoffs with prime Drew Brees either. A few years in a row.
I'm impressed. I am impressed with this Denver run, though. Regardless, I still think to do it 2 years in a row,
He
like
ain't
you
a
said,
shitty
make
coach.
the playoffs.
I'm not saying he's shitty at all.
Tough.
He a good
because
coach.
we know what Bo Nix is. You don't like Bo Nix either, Nick. So we know
I don't like nothing about the Broncos except Pat.
To make the playoffs and then to make the AFC Championship game with Bo Nix as your quarterback, that's saying a lot. And they didn't have a running back.
No, they didn't. They clearly needed one.
Yep.
The last year in Tennessee, AJ Brown had 869 yards. That's not dominant. 5 touchdowns.
Well, Ryan Tannehill, quarterback it is.
I understand. No, but that's
my point.
Vrabel. Yeah,
that's my point.
Vrabel.
Come on, bro.
I'm with you, Doc. Doc.
They missed their window. I'm gonna answer the question. They missed their window.
I agree. I
think the window.
Yeah.
It's never gonna. My thing about this season is like, and I'm saying this about a lot of teams, not just the Broncos. It will never be this easy anytime soon.
Right.
Like you're never gonna have a playoffs. I don't think you have a playoffs again where it's no Lamar, no Burrow, no Mahomes.
I don't know about that.
I'm saying all 3 of them not making
Lamar
the
at least though.
I don't know.
Yeah, Burrow might not.
It don't matter. I'm just saying all 3 of them because like Josh Allen was the only one of the big 4 to make it. All 4 of them could liable be in the playoffs next season.
I don't know, Nick. You ain't no guarantee the Ravens, especially with the coaching change. Ain't no guarantee they make the
Lamar's
playoffs
good
next year.
Lamar's
if he can stay
winning
healthy,
percentage alone is going to get him into the playoffs.
Again, we don't know because we don't know how much Lamar.
We don't know how many games he's gonna play. Yeah, we don't know how many games he's gonna play. Too,
I ain't listening.
That's the biggest thing
because he hoping the Saints go from worst to first.
I'm really not.
What's their quarterback's name?
Tyler Shaw.
Tyler Shaw.
Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, Shuck and
That's
Spencer Rattler. That's his name, Spencer Rattler.
We're gonna be all right, but unlike your team.
My team.
You're doing a whole lot of when y'all bringing everything back, thinking it's gonna be different this year.
You know who ain't high?
Hey, he like a scoring ex-girlfriend coming back every time thinking this nigga change.
30 teams fired their coaches, but Cincinnati.
Hey, because
every team fired their coaches.
This the last dance, Chuck. We got our documentary. We got our documentary coming out next year.
Andy Reid got fired, but your guy still.
Listen, it's the last dance.
Oh, Denver fired their OC too.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
That's crazy. I don't know what
anyway, game of the night, man. The game of the night was rightfully scheduled as we watched the NFC Championship game between division rivals, the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, with the Seahawks winning a thrilling 31-27 contest. Did Sam Darnold silence all his doubters with his performance and win against the Rams?
Not all the way.
No,
You know, and I started off the program tonight saying, you know, giving him all the praise in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what the history is. But at the end of the day, I agree with Nick on this point where I think that he is a legit competent quarterback in the NFL. You don't make it to the Super Bowl being a complete just dumpster fire. He's not seeing ghosts no more. But at the same time, he hasn't calmed down all of the talk because there's still speculation that he can go into the Super Bowl and he looked like he did with Minnesota last year in the playoffs. Like, that's still a possibility. I think that's still part of his game. So he just needs to continue to keep his head down, ball out. You know what I'm saying? And I think with a good look in the Super Bowl, right? Like, it's not about throwing for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns or nothing like that. If he throws for $180 and a touchdown and no turnovers, like, that's a good game. You know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold is an explosive game manager. He has a big arm. He got some wheels. He's an explosive game manager. Don't turn the ball over. And if he could live in that mindset and dominate that, then yes, that's when you calm down all of the talk. But he's not there yet. He's on his way, but he's not there yet. But I again tip the hat to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. They're good, but you know, Sam ain't the man just yet.
Yeah, they deserve a lot of praise for making it to the Super Bowl. I feel like for him, it was really beneficial to play 2 teams in your own division in these playoffs at home.
Yeah.
That to be honest meant a lot. You've seen these teams twice this year, each one of them, San Francisco and the Rams. So you kind of knew what to expect. And that last Rams game should have gave him a lot of confidence because he had an awful game, yet his team bailed him out in that last game to play the Rams. So for me, if I was a quarterback, knowing that I had people that had my back like that, it'll make it a little easier to play the next game. And he did what he's supposed to do. That's the key. And he went out there and said both teams left the defenses at home. And you had a really, really good game. And it could have honestly went either way. But that defense stepped up for Seattle when you needed them to. They got that crucial 4th down. We were talking about it in the chat. I remember Doc when they was going back and forth about whether they should have went for it or kicked the field goal to go down 1. That was a huge, huge, huge stop by the defense, and it turned the tide of that game. So he does deserve a lot of credit because you made the Super Bowl. I don't care how you got there, you're there. But I don't think he's completely silenced all of his critics as of yet.
Yeah, I think the people have silenced a little bit, but everybody ain't stopped talking yet. He still has one more game. He still got to go out one more game and not look completely terrible. And if there's any coach, as we were just talking about with our last segment, that's going to be able to make him look bad, it's going to be Mike Vrabel. So I have to see how he looks in his Super Bowl and make sure that he's competent to say, okay, yeah, I give Sam Darnold a shot. Like, I'm still not sold if he goes and he sees ghosts in the Super Bowl, even though it's just one game, even though he got him there. I still know that that's there if he performs that way on the biggest stage, which was what we seen in Minnesota last year. That was the biggest game that they had, and he performed that way. So I'm not sold yet that he's the man, but he has the opportunity to silence everybody on Sunday.
Yeah, for me, it's the same thing with Drake May. Win the game, and then we'll see what you are. He's been in the league long enough to where him having a good game like he did on Sunday isn't out of the norm, or like, I won't say out of the norm, isn't super surprising because he was a top 3 pick, came out of USC hot, and then the Jets fucked him up, and then he's been bouncing around since then. He's been at the shit. He has a lot of experience playing against the Rams because that's the last team he faced when he was with Minnesota when they kicked his ass out. So it's good to kind of see him get his revenge on that. But this Seattle team is just different. I think they're in a groove. They got momentum, and it showed throughout that whole game. Honestly, the Rams shit the bed too, though, because that muff punt. I've never seen a guy try to catch a punt falling down backwards. Like, he should have known he was get out the way, nigga. Like, yeah. And he almost muffed the punt before that.
The first one is
After that, bro, they got him. They took him out. He cut. They gonna hit him with the Jimmy. They gonna hit him with the Jimmy Johnson. Like, nigga, you ain't on this team no more. Like, because like the game was going back and forth at that point, and the fact that he even got to one possession was crucial. But of course, you give Sam Darnold all the credit because he went toe for toe with Matthew Stafford. But my thing was Sean McVay fucked this game up too. That fourth down, if you're gonna go for it, that play call was just dumb. Like to only have Ferguson, whoever the fuck his name is, go across the middle and you have everybody going out was stupid because they literally could not guard Devontae or Puka. And even then, Matt Stafford, if you watch it, right when he threw it to Cuz, Puka was coming, like he did like a pivot route out. If he would just waited 1 second and looked at Puka's way, they probably would have got the first down at least, if not a touchdown. And then the game is a little bit different. But I know that's a lot of ifs, and I'm only drinking water. So, yeah, Seattle did their thing. They almost fucked it up, but they didn't. But, yeah, I think Sam Darnold is he's in an interesting place right now because he could – if he wins this game, he ain't got to do shit else. He could just say, shit, I did everything I was supposed to do in the NFL, bro. I was a top 3 pick, and people expected me to change a franchise and win. Seattle has not been in this position since Russ, so that's over 10 years. Yeah, he'll do it. He can get his dick sucked there anytime for the rest of his life in Seattle if he win this game. I'll tell you that.
I'm indifferent. I don't really care about Sam Darnold.
Man, Matt Stafford was cooking, bro. he was,
hold on, Ken. Don't even go there. Because I heard two niggas last week say if he don't win this game, it's on him. And I told him he can ball out and it still won't win.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to hear you, Doc. Nigga, ain't nobody remember your shit.
Well, we're gonna get to Stafford and McVay. Here's what I want to say about Darnold real quick. He should have silenced his doubters. And I understand it's really, really hard to remove what we saw when he was a Jet. But the Jets have proven that they're god-awful. And one of the reasons why I asked that question a couple of weeks ago about could this have been the Sam Darnold without going to the Jets? If he just went with the competent coach that could utilize his skill sets, because he went top 3 for a reason. We saw he had a turnover issue in college, but they excused it. But they dogged Jameis Winston when he had his turnovers, but for whatever reason, they gave Sam Darnold a pass. But that's neither here nor there. But he was drafted off his talents, and he went to a god-awful organization that didn't know how to utilize him. And then he went out and said he started seeing ghosts, et cetera, et cetera. He went away. He rehabilitated his career, and then he came back, and now he's been winning games with competent coaches. Eerily similar, by the way, to Geno Smith, the way that people were talking highly about Geno Smith. And gave him all the praise, but yet we can't seem, or people can't seem to do the same for Sam Darnold. It's really interesting how that's working. But I think just removing the talking points and really analyzing what's being seen from what he's doing. Quarterback's going to have up and down games. Quarterback's going to have good games. They're going to have bad games. You play against a good defense, you're going to have a mediocre to average game, especially depending on your level of talent as a quarterback. But you just don't go to the Super Bowl, bro. It's just, regardless. And I think for them to go to the Super Bowl based off his back, for him to have a 28-6 record, I believe, over the last 2 years, people thought last year was a fluke. And then he turned around and redid it with a completely different organization, completely different coach. And they went to the Super Bowl off his arm and off the arm of the punt returner from that punt. But I think he deserves. I think he should have silenced his critics and his doubters.
Two things, Ken. Number one, do you know that Sam Darnold is the most winningest quarterback since he took the starting snap when he was in Carolina? Since that moment forward, he's been the most winningest by percentage quarterback in the NFL, regardless of Minnesota, Seattle, whatever. So by percentage, he's number one since he became a starter again. And the point that you made with Geno, the difference with Geno, Ken, was that once Geno was out of the Jets, we ain't see him. We ain't watch him play. He just reemerged, and it was like, oh, he's solid. Okay, cool. This is his opportunity. We've seen the best and the worst of Sam Darnold. Like, he's been front and center. Like, we've seen the blunders. We've seen it look bad. Where Geno, it was kind of rocky with the Jets. Then he disappeared, and then he was a starter again.
So it was more of a feel-good story.
Yeah, like we felt for Geno because obviously, his situation, he got punched in the jaw, talking too much shit, this, that, and the third, whoop-de-woo. Then he came back as a starter. You know what I'm saying? With Sam Darnold, it's like we got the quotes of seeing ghosts. We got just as recent as last year, like he looked like questionable in the playoffs, Ken. So his roller coaster ride has been a lot more up and down, which is why people have way more questions about Sam Darnold than they did about Geno.
Hey, you know what's crazy too about Sam Darnold is he's in the past 2 seasons he's won 30 games. In the past 6 seasons, Jets only won 28. I was like, that's ridiculous.
Organizations, man, they matter. We see it all the time. And who was in this draft class again?
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, I think Baker Mayfield. And somebody
Josh
else.
Rosen.
Yeah, he ain't even in the league. He got out the league the second year.
They deserve to be.
Yeah. And Lamar and Josh Allen deserve all the praise because we're talking about MVPs. They were in better organizations. They developed quicker and faster. Sam may be a late
Is
bloomer.
Buffalo a better organization at this point?
Josh Allen was winning, though, and he's an MVP. So, out of that class, they were cream of the crop. And maybe it just took Sam going to an organization that's able to utilize him better. We'll see what the rest of his career is like. And if he falls off, the critics will come back around again. If he plays bad in the Super Bowl, people are going to say shit. But I think to get this far, to do this back-to-back seasons with a different team and a different head coach, I think he deserves some credit. And I think right now people are quiet. And they need to be quiet. Until he give him a reason to be loud again.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
But Ken and Jay, my bad, real quick. Did the Rams lose this game or the Seahawks win it? That's what I really want to know.
That's the next
Seahawks
question. Who's to blame for this loss, Stafford or McVay? Nick, I'm with McVay, man. Look, I jumped on Ben Johnson last week, and McVay the same thing, bro. Like, I understand that you got the ball with 25 seconds left, but Stafford made 2 good throws, and if Puka probably would have been out of bounds. You're right there within field goal range, depending on how things go. And we don't know how the game would have played if he would have kicked the field goal. But you give yourself more of an opportunity to win being down by 1 point versus 4. And he didn't do that. And I get it. Mm-hmm. Stafford was cooking, bro. He was throwing some really, really great passes. That one he threw to Devontae Adams on the sideline, where it just landed right.
Oh, that when Devontae, we talk about route running.
Man,
that looked like the old Devontae.
He cooked whoever, bro. And Devontae ain't a speed guy at all. He is a pure route runner, bro.
Nah, Nick, talk about the quarterback, nigga.
That's why I said I think it's equal. I think it's 50-50, and it's based off that last drive. Sean McVay threw that 4th and 4, horrible play call by Sean McVay, and Stafford should have been more patient because in that situation, I'm only looking at Devon. I'm looking at 17 and 12. I ain't looking at nobody else. I know he had the running back.
But they took away their man. They took away those 2 options.
You can't, but he didn't have a closing pocket, so he still had time to wait a little bit. I'm telling you, if you look at that play, Puka was coming out of that break to where he could. And Puka, he don't give a fuck. He gonna try to catch everything that's thrown his way, regardless. I still think if Matt Stafford should have been a little bit more patient, especially because the season is on the line with that. Because once he didn't make it, that's the game. Like, I don't give a fuck what Ken, that defense wasn't stopping nobody. That's why Sean McVay went for it, because he knew even if I'm down by one, that defense they could just score at the other end. You don't know what was going to happen.
Maybe, but
he was running.
They had just got to stop.
No, I'm saying no, Jalen. I'm agreeing with you. I know what I said in the chat. I said they should have kicked the field goal to make it to give them a chance. But I'm saying if you're gonna go for it, make sure it only goes to those two motherfuckers. The fact that it didn't, and it was a bad play call, it just by design, because he had everybody going out except for the that white boy over across the middle. It was just like that doesn't even give you an opportunity to even have options on the.
But they disguised the rush. They only rushed 2, bro.
Yeah, that was
they disguised the rush.
Excellent defensive call.
I told you the defense was great. Y'all, you sit here and act for that defense to be that good, and Stanford and for Matt Stafford to do what
that defense was not great. That defense was not great because they gave up.
No, it wasn't
points.
that game. Oh, God.
Well, they made some mistakes. But here's the thing about it, though. You saw Sean McVay run down to call a timeout, and he didn't do it. I think that he saw like something that he didn't like, and he should have called that timeout when he came down. He came down the line, so he was right there to call the timeout on that fourth down and backed off it and just ran the play. So that was the difference in the game.
So who you blame for that?
McVay's arrogance.
McVay.
Who you blame, Doc?
Special teams.
He ain't lying though.
No,
but I think that's on the coach. The coach saw him fumble and then take him out. This motherfucker trying to catch a ball
too late.
like he's doing like fucking damn making snow angels. What the
play
fuck
too
is
late.
that?
Hey, real talk. He got paid, kid. Somebody paid him to do. Lou, have you ever seen anything like that in the playoffs, bro? I don't think I've ever seen.
He was seeing them ghosts. That's what it was.
It wasn't even ghosts, bro. It was like he knew he was stumbling. If I knew I'm stumbling, I'm like, all right, let me get the fuck up out the way because I'm not catching this bitch. Especially
somebody check his FanDuel prize picks. Let's see who he had.
He was stumbling because he was nervous. He wasn't stumbling because he was.
That's the second time he did it though.
But I'm just saying, like
that's what I'm saying.
If you knew you don't have the footing, you know falling back. He thought he was gonna catch it on the like he David Tyree just gonna catch it on his fucking helmet. Like, come on, bro. That was so stupid. And then Sam took advantage of it as he should, throwing that touchdown immediately after going up 10. Once they went up 10, it was like because they fucked up giving up that wide open touchdown to JSN before the half. When it's like out of everybody on this damn field offensively, double team this nigga. I will let anybody else. Cooper Kupp can go off on this game. I don't care. JSN cannot beat us, and that's exactly what happened. K9 killed him in the first half. JSN killed him in the second half.
Rams defense has been suspect all postseason, bro. I knew
they played great against the Bears.
Well, that was great play calling too by Kubiak. He was putting him in position to get the ball, taking him from the back. He was running from the backfield out on plays. He was doing everything. They put him in position to make plays, and he made the plays.
What he say, Lou?
What I said?
You said taking it from the back, my boy.
He said taking it from the back.
Where that pause at?
Jalen.
Super pause.
Come on, Jalen.
We was on a good streak, Sheldon.
I know, man. I'm more upset with myself.
You should, man.
But nah, that defense was not great against Chicago, bro. That defense wasn't great against Chicago.
That defense made plays though. That defense made plays.
They made plays.
And then Caleb gave them DJ Moore gave them a play to keep them. They gave them that win, bro. So nah, man. I told y'all last week, bro. Like it was gonna be on Matt Stafford because the defense was gonna be suspect.
I'm just saying they had three takeaways in that game. That defense, regardless, made plays. This defense in this game made no plays at all. They did not.
Yeah, that's partly because of Caleb, though. It wasn't because if Caleb was a more seasoned quarterback, he probably don't make those stupid throws or those turnovers.
Maybe, but either way, yeah, this is to me. It's a shared pie between McVay and Stafford. Stafford, you the MVP. You got to win the game. And McVay, you gotta. If you gonna be that, if you're supposed to be that nigga, you got to call a better. Like you should have a play better than on 4th and 4, especially since you don't even need the first down to get a touch. Like you can get the first down and not have a touchdown. Like, at least get
So
the first down.
Nick and
I think
Spike,
that-
what does it say? What does it say about his legacy? Because y'all said this was a legacy game for him.
I still think it was.
380 yards passing and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he did what he's supposed to do, as far as I'm concerned. And y'all know
Legacy game for who you talking about? McVay or Stafford? Yeah, this
Y'all
is
said it was for Stafford.
This was his
What did it
Hall of
say?
Fame. This was his Hall of Fame run that he was supposed to be on.
Yeah.
If
he
he
don't get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I think it's the difference between he might get in, but this is the difference between him getting in soon and them remembering. Like, oh yeah, Matt Stafford won that Super Bowl that time. He can get in. Like if he had won this game and gotten to the Super Bowl, win or lose in the Super Bowl, he's going to the Hall of Fame relatively quickly. But now it's like, oh okay, he's gonna be.
Are Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen Hall of Famers?
Yeah,
Lamar definitely is. Not Josh
Allen, right? Josh Allen,
Yeah.
Without a Super Bowl.
I don't know
Without a
if
Super
Lamar,
Bowl,
they
ain't
can
even got
both
appearances.
get in.
But
They both can get in without
Lamar's a
Josh need
two-time
another MVP.
Lamar's a
they're
two-time MVP.
MVPs. Yeah,
You went
got
to
it.
MVP.
But the point, I guess the point though is that like it feels like the criteria is different. Like the evaluations are different. Lamar and
Well, it
Josh
is.
Allen get in and haven't even been to a Super Bowl.
because they were
He
relevant.
got 2
from day one.
MVPs. Lamar
Matt
does.
Stafford.
And
Josh
they were
doesn't.
relevant from day one. You had Matt Stafford in Siberia.
Hold on,
It
what?
doesn't
That became
matter though.
Detroit.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on.
It does
You saying
matter.
Matt-
He played irrelevant football for 10 years.
He played
That
with
matters.
nobody.
He played with
Okay.
Calvin Johnson.
He had
Chill out.
one receiver, bro. That's
It's not one receiver. He had one of the greatest receivers of all time.
And
We're
them
talking
never had a
career,
winning
Spike.
season.
We're talking career though. We're talking career.
And he almost and he's a quarterback, and quarterbacks are measured off wins. He went his entire career until he got to Los Angeles before we even considered him a winner. I don't even know if he went to the playoffs in Detroit.
He did.
Did you think that? Did you? He did. He went twice, I think,
it
with
was
the
like
coach.
3 times. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he made the playoffs. He won games in Detroit. But when we're looking at the resume, Stafford has a Super Bowl. Stafford will get an MVP more than likely. It seems like. And when you're saying and throwing the other 2 guys that haven't been to a Super Bowl or even won one into the Hall of Fame, that shit is not adding up. The case for Lamar, I get because he has 2 MVPs.
I ain't say Josh.
But even still, though, Lamar has had playoff failures.
Stafford is in there.
Let me ask you this, Ken. Is Kurt Warner a Hall of Famer?
He's already in the Hall of Fame. What are you talking about?
Already in the Hall
He's
of Fame.
in the Hall of
Hell
Fame. What
yeah.
are you talking about?
I'm asking Ken if he should be a Hall of Famer. I ain't saying he should be in.
Kurt Warner was dialing it up. He was like motherfuckers up, bro.
So then you saying Stafford should be a Hall of Famer then?
I don't think it was as I'm not with the narrative that it was a legacy game. He needed that game or this run to validate his Hall of Fame career.
I'm mostly saying that because
did Kurt Warner go to 2 Super Bowls though? 3, actually 3. Kurt Warner went to 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, the only reason I can say he did because he gets the dual thing. He won a Super Bowl and he's going to get an MVP. And he played well down the stretch like he was supposed to. He didn't win the game, but it wasn't about winning and losing this game for me with him. It was how well he played, and he played excellent. He played well enough to win this game. He didn't do anything to lose it,
but he didn't.
My thing is as a number 1 overall pick, you're supposed to change your franchise, and he didn't change Detroit. He had to go. He had to go somewhere else with a potentially Hall of Fame head coach to be coached
on a
up
stacked team.
On a stacked team.
Name 2 coaches that he had in Detroit.
He had Jim Caldwell and he had Jim Schwartz.
Great coaches, right?
Jim Caldwell. They didn't give Jim Caldwell enough time to be a great coach.
Yeah,
they
Jim
fired
Caldwell
his ass.
was that.
Okay, so again, he had great coaches.
Okay, did Joe Burrow got a great coach? He went to a Super Bowl with a shitball franchise.
That nigga has 2 elite receivers, my boy.
Okay, is Calvin Johnson not better than Jamar Chase?
He has 2 elite receivers.
You keep on trying to move this goalpost of James.
Name any other player other than Calvin Johnson that was on the Detroit team.
Name
one.
Ndamukong.
An okay play, a good.
He wasn't okay.
Player.
Don't do that.
He's a good player. He's a good player. Come on, man. Don't put that on Matt Stafford, bro.
So if Dakota Prescott left Dallas and won a Super Bowl somewhere, y'all would put him in the Hall of Fame?
He would have a case especially if he get an MVP.
Yeah,
The numbers support it. You look at his numbers. His numbers are good.
Different. Yes.
Red
to me, yeah.
You just don't like him, but each year that gets better, bro. I know you don't like him, but each year that gets better. That's just you don't.
Dak has been putting up numbers. The thing about Stafford is that we saw, and Spike, you saw it too. Nick, you as well. Like we saw Stafford wasted this talent in Detroit. We watched it. We were like, man, if he ever get out of Detroit, how many times have we ever talked about great players stuck on bad organizations and talking about them getting away from the organization and going elsewhere? This is a conversation that happens all the time.
But that's two different conversations. That's one conversation about failing organizations and how they fail their players. It's another conversation when we talk about players who put themselves in the Hall of Fame based off what they've done with those organizations, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to give credit. I'm not giving credit to Stafford for being with a great coach on a winning team, that team that went to the Super Bowl before he even got there. So we knew that they had the bones. They just needed the quarterback versus a quarterback.
That ain't true either.
Versus a quarterback. They did. They went with Jared Goff like a few years before that. And
off some bullshit. And you know I'm going to say it. Off some bullshit.
Hey, listen, that happens in football. You know what I'm saying? That's football. Man. But I'm saying, like, Stafford had, a decade. He was on an 0-16 team, was he not? Like, he had a whole decade in Detroit. That wasn't him?
No, that was not him.
Well,
that was Dan Orlovsky.
I think it was him too. Either way, he didn't really do shit in Detroit outside of a few years, and we just blame the organization. That's fine that they failed him, but he was a number 1 overall pick, bro. I expect a lot from number 1 overall. That's why I gave Caleb hell. That's why we talk about Joe Burrow the way we do. Like, we talk about a lot of these quarterbacks who Baker Mayfield, for example, like what you say, Sheldon, he who is given a lot is asked of a lot. And he didn't do what he was supposed to do in Detroit, but I'm glad he's doing it in LA. He got the veneers to show it.
If he was the Jets, it'd be totally different. If it was the Jets he was playing for, it'd be the same argument.
That's why
I'm just saying, when was the Jets? If the Jets have a number 1 overall pick as a quarterback and he don't do shit, I'm gonna say it's the Jets, but it's also the quarterback didn't do what he was supposed to do.
Sam Darnold just, you know what?
Sam Darnold was the top 3 quarterback. He wasn't number 1.
Yeah, he wasn't.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Anyway, we're taking a break this week from our NFL Weekly Picks since the Super Bowl is a couple of weeks away, but there have been some interesting head coaching hires around the league that we should address. The Pittsburgh Steelers have hired Mike McCarthy as Mike Tomlin's successor. The Baltimore Ravens have hired former LA Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter, and Joe Brady has now been announced to take the head coaching job in Buffalo. What are y'all thoughts on the moves within the AFC North?
McCarthy is offensive Tomlin. It's not splashy. It's kind of what I kind of expected the Steelers to do it. You know, they don't want a brand new coach. You know what I'm saying? They want a known commodity to a degree. So I get it. Joe Brady, I don't know. And then what was the last team, Ken, that you mentioned?
The Ravens.
The Ravens with Jesse Minter. Yeah, none of these guys are the guys that I would have thought would have got these jobs. So I don't know. You know, we'll see. Obviously, they went with a Raven guy, and a defensive guy. We'll see who they get as the offensive coordinator. I think the best name on the market is already going to the Chargers and Mike McDaniel in terms of calling offense. I thought he would have been a hotter name. I know he also put his hat in there for the Bills job too. So I don't know. You know, Ken, I honestly, I'm lukewarm with all of these hires. You know, I think Joe Brady, I don't see it personally. I don't think it makes a difference. I think it's the same old song there until they get better weaponry for Josh Allen. I think with the Ravens, hella expectations. I think we could see a one and done. You know what I'm saying? Them boys look bad. Who's the guy that was the Patriots head coach last year?
Whose fault is that going to be? Is that going to be on Lamar, the head coach? Are we going to keep excusing Lamar for his failure?
We cannot, but it's easier cutting and paying a coach than it is cutting a quarterback and replacing him, especially one as prominent as Lamar Jackson. So even if it is on Lamar, coach is going to be scapegoated. Ken, he's cheaper commodity. So that being said, I don't think none of these moves move the needle.
I don't know about that, FIFA. I think that this will be the season where Lamar will catch the heat more so than any other. And they were already talks of moving on from him going into, which I don't necessarily agree with whatsoever, but they're gonna look at him this time. I think now that the eyes will be on him. He won't get the grace that some of the other quarterbacks would get. It's not the same. He's not Josh Allen in their eyes as far as that goes. Not talent. We just talking about it's a difference. So in the way it's perceived. So in saying that, I don't think that they will look at it. The one hire I like was the Robert Saleh with Tennessee. I think that's
like that.
A good hire. You put some structure in place, and his OC being Brian Daboll. You got two strong minds together to work with a young core, and you got a few pieces on that team. Of course, they need more talent, but you got some strong building blocks to go off of. You got a quarterback that's going to be in his second year. I think he has all the talent in the world. I really, really do. I think that this kid has a shot to be good. Get him started early with Brian Daboll working as far as with his stuff. And Brian Daboll ain't got to worry about the day-to-day controls of the team. All he's got to worry about is the offense now. And that's where he thrived with the Josh Allen. So we see him do it again here. I think this team is going to be up and coming. They will surprise some teams this year. So that's a team that I look at. I think, to me, that's been the best hire so far.
Shelton, I want to agree with 100% of your statement. I got to see what they do in free agency and in the draft. And then that last part, I can agree with you. But I got to see the personnel moves because they don't have enough.
Right. Yeah, I just like the oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree with you, FIFO. This has been this coaching cycle for as many jobs that were open. There were no like splash hires. There were no young, hot, up and coming people that you think are going to be around organizations long. This is the reason why the churn is so quickly an NFL head coach. They don't take chances. They'll take just a name because his dad did this or because it was very just unimpressive, stale. And I think this is why, again, coaches get fired every 2 to 3 years now and don't get a chance. They just throw the next name in there. None of these hires were good to me.
I think people are poo-pooing this Steelers hire too much. I think I'm the only one that's giving out honest, unbiased PR on Mike McCarthy.
It is not unbiased.
It's ABT.
I'm a Mike McCarthy guy. What are you talking about?
ABT, anybody but Tomlin.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, hey, Mike Tomlin was a good coach. all I'm saying is that Mike McCarthy has won he is Sean Payton with 30 to 50 more pounds on him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't that bad. Why are niggas be shitting on him like he ain't done?
Because he's trash. He's trash.
He gave the Cowboys 3 years of 12-win games. He won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, of course. He's proven as an offensive coach he can uplift a team, which, as much as you want to say about Mike Tomlin, once AB and Le'Veon Bell and Big Ben left the team, that offense has not looked good at all. I think that's what the Steelers are looking for with him. So I'm not saying that he's going to be the best coach. I'm not saying he's going to do way better than Tomlin, but I don't think he's that bad. Now, the Jesse Minter with the Ravens, I don't know how that's going to look. I think, like Ken said, if the Ravens – I would be shocked if the Ravens don't make the playoffs next year. If they don't make the playoffs next year, then it's heavily on Lamar. We got to give Lamar all that. Mm-hmm. And then with the Bills, To me, the Bills' offense, like I said in the chat, is not the issue. It's their defense. Their defense does not show up in the playoffs. Their offense, with Josh Allen, is always going to score 25 plus. But so this hire, especially since it's in-house, it doesn't really make sense, especially the moves that they already made as far as promoting the GM. So unless they have a great draft this offseason, I don't know what the hell the Bills going to do. They fuck around. Well, they're going to make it to the playoffs because they in the AFC East and they got 4 games between the Jets and the Dolphins to win. But I don't see that elevating them. But I do think that the AFC North is going to be a little bit more interesting now that Mike McCarthy's going to be there.
They could have had Antonio Brown. You'd have been all right with that. I mean, Antonio Brown. You'd have been anybody.
Mike McCarthy literally got ran out of town the last 2 places he was at for not uplifting his teams, like you said. He got ran out of Dallas because he had control of the locker room. He got ran out of Green Bay because the quarterback didn't like it. This is a complete opposite. This is a complete opposite of Mike Tomlin. He's going to ruin that locker room.
I said he's going to uplift the offense. Everywhere he's been, he's uplifted the offense.
Team. You said team.
He should have been.
He's not uplifting shit.
So you telling me it's not a fact, but you're telling me it's more likely that the Steelers don't make the playoffs than do with under Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, I think they will experience.
He don't move the needle.
I think they'll experience losing seasons, Nick, under McCarthy.
You think this going? Do you think next season is going to be their first losing season?
I don't know if it's going to be next year, but I can easily see it next year because they don't have a quarterback.
They never had a quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, but
which gives you they had a coach.
And I'm saying Mike McCarthy is a good coach. Is he? Y'all think he's not a good coach
with the quarterback? So well, let's just judge. Yes, you're right, Shelton. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out because of the intangibles that Tomlin had. But Tomlin was awful on offense, and he never could hire an offensive coordinator, the right one. So I totally understand them moving to an offensive-minded guy. This Mike McCarthy, when I saw it, I cracked up and laughed because I'm like, this is what y'all get. This is absolutely what y'all get because it is a very, very safe hire for them. And I think one of the biggest things for me is it showed me that they really were not prepared for Tomlin to leave. So they just went with somebody that they knew, and they rushed the decision. And Mike McCarthy is a safe hire. He'll be there. He'll have winning seasons. Hell, he may even win a Super Bowl because he's capable. He's done that before. He's capable of where if they get the right pieces in place. But they're basically rebuilding from scratch. And I now see and understand why Tomlin was like, I'm out of here.
You put a lot on that, Ken. I don't know about winning no Super Bowl. But
they
got to get the right pieces.
Yeah, I don't know.
They ain't gonna give him enough time.
You can't judge it. You can't judge it until you see what they do. Because if they don't trade TJ Watt or like those pieces on defense to try to rebuild, and then they're not gonna tank. They just gonna keep doing what they're doing. So that's just what the Steelers decide they want to do. But the Steelers fans deserve this because they ran Mike T out of town. So they deserve this. I don't feel sorry for them. But the best hire this offseason was the first one. And that's John Harbaugh to the New York Giants. That's the best. Everything else has been lackluster.
I'm not sold on that either.
I think it's the best one. I mean,
it gives a structure, bro.
Yeah, all the rest of these have been in. But the question that really need to be asked is why Philly can't get an OC right now. So,
I'll let y'all get to that if y'all want to. But I do like the Jesse Minter hire, though. I was surprised they went with the defensive-minded coach. But I think Jesse Minter is pretty young, and that's what I wanted to see, man. I want to see some of these young cats come in the game, man. Yes, some of these guys that grew up playing Madden and shit and doing crazy shit just in the playoffs don't do that shit. That's what I want to see, bro. So I'm okay with the Joe Brady hire. Joe Brady was Burrow's OC at LSU, right?
I think so.
And hey, man, he was rocking and rolling, man. So
he was a Saint first.
Yeah. So I'm really interested to see what he does now that he's the guy. But I like Jesse Minter, man. We need some new blood, man. I feel like I've been saying that for a while now. That's why I didn't like the McCarthy hire because we know what he is and what he can do. They were talking about this guy in with the Rams, Chris Shula, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know much about him, but people seem to be hyped about him. So I'll get him. And see
Byron
what he
Shula
can do.
kid.
I thought it was going to be Flores. I really thought that was Flores' job.
Man, Kyle told
But-
y'all.
Bro, he is not getting. If you listen to the Bomani Jones podcast, anytime somebody bring up Brian Flores, he like, bro, he is going
I
to
get
be
it.
a defensive coordinator for the rest of his NFL career.
And I understand that. I was
You
just
should go to
me
college.
wishful thinking. Doc, I can answer your question though on that Philly thing.
You ain't
Technically,
got
they
to.
have not. Not technically, but no, I will. They have not offered anyone that job.
Nobody
So
wants it.
they've had interviews, but they have not offered the job to anybody. Also, that Super
Many
Bowl-
people have withdrew their themselves.
Nobody
from the
wants
job.
that job,
right.
bro.
They withdrew
Nobody
their
wants
name, just like McDaniel withdrew from Buffalo. So is that on? Josh Allen?
What is that? What does that mean?
I'm saying no. What I'm
Philly.
saying is they withdrew from a lot of people withdrew
I don't think it's-
from
I
consideration.
really don't even think it's Jalen Hurts, to be honest with you, as much as I kid around. I think it's Nick Sirianni. Like, don't
It
nobody
is Nick
like dude.
Sirianni,
Nobody
but-
wants to work under him.
Yeah, it's
Like nobody wants to work with him. They're going to have to fire him.
well. The thing about it is you're going to have to come into a situation where they're structured because they're not getting rid of Stoutland. You're not getting rid of Nick Sirianni. You got to come in to their
So you ain't getting a
parameters.
good OC then. You're not getting a good OC.
Right,
then.
right. So you're gonna
Like,
have
if I'm
to-
Brian
but they're-
Daboll, there's
but-
no way I'm going to work under Nick Sirianni.
Right, but they're taking their time, and I think that they're gonna have to because some of the names they are gonna pass on because they're not willing to let them have full autonomy. That is true. That part is definitely true. They're not giving that up. But when Kellen Moore came in, they didn't hire him in February. So a lot of these things they're just still waiting to see what shakes. And not just them. I'm talking about a few of these teams. They're waiting on some stuff to fall out. The one that concerns me the most is Cleveland. Like that's a head coaching position. That's different. So nobody want to take a head coaching position.
Did you see what they were
Nobody
doing?
wanna coach
How
the
they were?
They don't want to coach should do it. They know they got.
I mean, that's a part of it too, though. That's a part of it too. And to be honest, it it's a circus even at this point. So we ain't even got to talk about him as a player. We talking about just the whole thing. That's a lot.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
But you don't
That's
want
a
to
lot.
coach a Pro Bowl quarterback? That's crazy, man.
Don't do that.
That's
I did not.
crazy.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
that's what I
that.
was saying,
Y'all
like-
know how much I love Shadu, but I didn't like that whatsoever.
No, you justify he a pro bowler as a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You know,
No,
validate
bro.
you.
Legendary,
bro.
legendary, bro.
I ain't want to be validated like that. No.
He on
Yeah,
that.
you see, Sean put his wrist up. Now he trying to be nonchalant with. He hit his wrist up for a
Mm-mm.
second.
Nah, he on that-
I'm like Nick. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Ain't no way he no Pro Bowl quarterback.
Listen, he's on that Tom Brady track, Ken. Fifth round pick.
Hey man, hurry up and buy Pro Bowl should do. Respect the black Tom Brady. That's
That's it. That's it.
They got a couple of people. Y'all clowning, bro. Look at guy having Shadur Sanders in the Pro Bowl. On the other hand, the pure petty keeping Belichick out of the Hall of Fame. That
There
was
you
another
go.
Shadur one. Oh,
There
we
you
them
go.
boys. Shout out to Shadur for making the Pro Bowl.
There you
Bro,
go.
y'all fall for any damn thing, bro. Y'all hook, line, and sinker, bro.
I can't do it.
They just-
with
Just reeling them in, Nick.
if I got to be honest to the left, I got to be honest to the right. Ain't no way.
They give
You know, the thing about it as we get to the super chats, the thing about the Browns process is I just read it's just a mess. Like
Yeah.
what they're asking people to do is
essay.
Is it true about
bro.
the essay?
What?
Say,
Yeah.
Is that
write
true?
essays and do that shit crazy.
That can't be true.
No, that's
It's
a
true.
standard. That's a hiring practice now. Like
No, it's not.
even in other, it is.
No. Well, not for
all
an NFL head
fields.
coach.
No, but
Not-
that's so they're using a firm to do it, and that firm, I'm sure, hires for other companies outside of NFL. If you go anywhere else in the professional landscape now, they're asking you to do that stuff. So that's where
Man,
they got this shit from.
I chat
I just-
GPT the essay so fast and be done. Get that job.
They want you to write an essay and do like a video. So they wanted them to do
personality test is what I saw. And it's being reported in a couple of different places. So yeah, it's
if I'm a head coaching camp, I'm not doing all that for Cleveland. I'm like, who the fuck do y'all think y'all are?
Y'all got an interview with me.
Yeah.
Right. Why should I come here? Why should I be here?
Right. They gonna now that's gonna be a no-name hire.
You fired a 2-time head coach of the year, and you want me to do all this shit?
They can hire Brian Flores
and live in Cleveland.
Right, and I gotta live in Cleveland. Get the fuck out of here.
Gotta live in Ohio.
All right. Shout out to Weedham Bird. Not Weedham Bird. Damn. Birdman for being a member.
Weedham Birds.
I was thinking about Weedham Bird, man.
man.
I appreciate you. Nick, is Steve Kerr overrated?
Tune in next week. Next week,
man.
Hey, I got we gonna do best worst of the weekend. You already know who they are.
Been saying that forever.
Boy, Steve Kerr got his whole resume off the back of Mark Jackson.
It masqueraded for years.
Weedham boys. Bron is a mercenary. He deserves no loyalty.
None.
That ain't a bad take. That ain't a bad take.
That's not a bad take.
Nah, he is the player that ushered in the player empowerment movement. He is the face of that.
Player empowerment.
Okay.
That means bitch and moan till we trade you.
No, that means that means
he doesn't
that
get traded.
Yeah,
Thank
Bron
you.
has never demanded a trade. Yeah, so shut up.
So that's number one. And then if I do get traded, I will dictate where I go. And then number two, if you don't make the moves I want, guess what? I'm gonna just bounce. That's why I'm signing 3-year deals. So he played the game smart, bro. Like let's be honest. Like LeBron got his money, LeBron got his way. You know what I'm saying? And then beyond that, he is a part owner of Clutch Sports, which gives him power on roster decisions, bro. As a player, we've never seen it, bro. Like you tip the cap to him playing the Monopoly board the way he was supposed to. And I agree, he doesn't deserve any loyalty. You know what I'm saying? I think he deserves respect for doing what he's done.
Them ball spots in, he might want to leave that cap on. Don't tip that motherfucker, bro.
Tip that cap.
You just wanted to join your side, huh, Ken? You lonely over there.
I'm not trying to pretend to be something I'm not. Okay.
You ain't got the money to.
One got to go. Eagles, Cowboys, Saints, or Bengals.
That's an easy one. I don't even know why he said that. I only see 3 options, Shelton. I see Eagles, Cowboys, and Bengals. I don't even know what the other he said for.
Why are my Cowboys in the same sentence with them 3?
Eagles gotta go. Eagles gotta go because they arguably have the most talent, and it's gonna be the most disappointing. I think next season. How long ago now, Ken?
A year ago.
It's gonna be 2 seasons next year. Next year, 2 seasons. But for them, they're already in next year. For them, they're already next year.
Them out, even though the Cowboys ain't won one since the
hey, I live in Dallas now.
Quarterbacks have been born.
I live in Dallas now. Shout out DFW.
You like LeBron? You're a mercenary.
He's a mercenary.
People ain't got no loyalty.
I mean, Nick did a whole lot of talking.
Places I live.
Every other team on there can build on what they had on this season. I don't think y'all can do that. I don't think the Bengals can do that. They just repeating the same old shit over and over again.
Hey, listen, the Bengals going to the Super Bowl next year, Joe. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right.
hey, Jay, we could bet a wino bottle on that.
You're gonna forget by next year.
What's the little things called? Little nips.
Nick probably got all kind of bets out here, bro.
Hey, Nick got so many losing bets out there.
Hurry up and buy. Imagine this Texas team with rookie year CJ Stroud. He turned into Deshaun Watson just without the allegations. Well, maybe we just ain't heard about him yet. The way he playing.
Because remember, hey, even with the allegations, Texas Deshaun Watson was balling, bro. Let's not forget that.
He was.
I would take Texas Deshaun Watson over this CJ Stroud.
He's saying he's saying Deshaun Watson now, I think.
Man, fuck Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Shit, Texas said fuck CJ Stroud.
Nick, they gonna go get a folder, bro. They gonna get a folder. They gonna put that shit out on CJ Stroud.
It's coming.
Like we gotta get him out of here.
It's about to be next.
We gonna hear all kinds of weirdo shit.
It's about to be next.
We gonna hear all kinds of weirdo shit.
Oh, who better? CJ. Yeah, because we know how the Texans get down. Who better, Darnold or Purdy?
If Darnold wins, of course Darnold.
You gotta say Darnold. You gotta
like right now.
Darnold has won 30 games the last 2 years. You gotta say Darnold. Just for that alone.
Give me Purdy. I'm going Darnold. I'm going Darnold because he doesn't have Shanahan.
No respect for Mac McDonald.
He's a defensive guru. Yeah, he's a defensive guru. He's not an offensive guy.
He's a good head coach though.
Kubiak is though.
He is.
I'm gonna go with Darnold right now because if he wins the Super Bowl, then it's an easy answer. So based off opportunity right now, I'm going Darnold.
I'm going Purdy today. Darnold if he wins.
Darnold also has a better receiving core.
He does.
I don't know.
Right now he does.
Like Purdy, now you.
Purdy had Kittle.
Brandon, they said Ayuk ain't coming back. John Lynch.
Ayuk ain't coming back at all.
No, they voided his contract. It's like the first time in NFL history.
What do you mean
they voided his contract? His contract is voided.
Just know he won't be a Niner next year. Is the point?
Yeah. like he basically forfeited the guaranteed bread. Like he gets no bread.
That's insane. After Q came up in here and said, "Brenda Ayuk a top receiver and all that shit," that year he also
talked. Yeah, he also. Oh damn, Nick, you're right. He did. You don't need to talk about receivers at all.
Q came up here talking about Brandon Ayuk as a great route runner and everything, boy.
He said AJ Brown. And he said AJ Brown was the best receiver this year too.
Yeah, he said especially on one-on-ones.
Man, I hope he says CD next year.
I hope he don't switch over to Jamar.
If he says Jamar's over, Nick is over.
Hey, Sheldon, I will say this: since the NFL's, but Puka's top 3. I don't know where you want to put it. Puka this year.
Yeah, he is.
Puka top 3. There's two people that I've gained a hell of respect for this season. That was Puka Nacua and
JSN.
JSN.
Well, JSN too, but I'm just talking about head coach.
Do it in Tampa Bay.
Who's the head coach of the Texans? What's his name? D'Amico Ryans. He is a top coach in the NFL.
Yeah, Puka Nacua was a short yardage receiver too. So like he took the place of a running back on a lot of those plays, and just you can get the ball to him quick, and he's gonna make something happen every time. It's crazy because he's getting the ball's coming to him, and you still can't.
Before you read the super chat, you know what's even crazy about the Rams? Them niggas gave up so much draft picks after that Super Bowl, and for them to be back, and they've been in the playoffs the last 3 years competing, bruh. You talking about a better organization? Come on, bro. All right, continue, Ken.
Ravens chose this is the last one. Ravens chose Harbaugh over McDonald, and look how that turned out for both teams. New York just hired a member of Al Qaeda as head coach. What?
Wow. Robert Saleh.
Jeez.
Yeah,
he went to Tennessee.
He went to Tennessee.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Nah, he said that's really fucked up.
Damn.
I don't get the Al-Qaeda part, but
I don't know what
people blaming on Saleh.
Nigga paying some money just to be racist. He's like, I just want to say this racist shit. And people was like, Robert Saleh, like made it even worse.
Yeah, nothing to do with it. But Saleh catches straight.
I didn't hear the Jets. The New York part.
Oh man.
Like
Saleh's watching right now, like, what I do?
What's it fucking for? Saleh gonna roll up on you like the Jags head coach.
You see, he said he took that job so he could. He said so I could fuck his world up 2 times a year.
Yeah, he doing like that Ben Johnson shit.
Man.
Oh,
I don't know, man.
All right. Well, yeah, you can tell it's after hours, bro. Yeah, so we got to get out of here because before we get taken off air.
Hey, boy.
People, you still got the passport on you?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Doc. I was thinking about it too. Did you see how quick you pulled that passport out last week?
It's not funny, but that shit funny.
People are wearing it like a necklace. I'm good. I'm supposed to be here.
Nigga said Robert Saleh. And you didn't even hesitate either, nigga. You was just like, you was just like, yeah,
that
Robert.
didn't have nothing to do with Robert Saleh.
All right, man.
You said the quiet part out loud.
Hey, close it. Can't turn the live off.
Oh, man.
We'll catch y'all next week.
We'll catch y'all next week, man. We out.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.